Okay, welcome back everybody. It has been a minute. We are going on week 2 of no UFC. It's tough. UFC 311, freaking stacked. I was wanting to go to this, but didn't happen. I'll probably go to the February Seattle one, because it's not too far from where I am. Let's get into it. I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top as usual. I feel like a lot of these are like not too hard to predict because you have, like, they're all names you know. So I have a big underdog pick. You got 2 underdog picks, and one of them is pretty big. So, but I think it's a very good play, to be honest. So we'll get into that. Anyways, let's start. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Clayton Carpenter. Clayton Carpenter's pretty good. He looked very good in his last fight, but you know, I don't think I can go against Tagir Ulanbekov. But I think it's gonna be closer than we think. Good scrap, a lot of grappling probably, because that's what they both like to do. But I'm gonna take Tagir in this one. He is a -300 favorite. I don't know if that's crazy or not. I'm also running a parlay of like every single fight on this card, probably all of them, because the payout's crazy and it's like worth a shot because I feel like I got some faith in it. But you know, we'll see. Anyways, next up, Ricky Turcios versus Bernardo Sopai. I think this will also be closer than the odds suggest, because Bernardo is -300. He's also way shorter, and Ricky's a decent grappler too, so I think it'll be closer than expected, probably go the distance. But Sopai's pretty good, even though he got KO'd like crazy in his last one. Just at the end, he was like winning the majority of that fight, I think, until it got turned around. So I'm gonna take Bernardo Sopai, but I think Turcios has a decent shot. This one, Rinyu Nakamura versus Muin Gafarov. Gafarov's pretty good. I always confuse him with somebody else, so I hope I'm thinking of the right guy. But Rinyu Nakamura, his grappling's gross. He apparently is the Asian Bo Nicholas, what they call him, 9-0. He's good. I'm gonna take Rinyu Nakamura, probably decision win, unless he subs Gafarov, because I'm pretty sure Gafarov got subbed by Felipe Lima, if I'm thinking of the right guy. Which I think Carol Rosa versus Eileen Perez. Eileen Perez is an underdog in this. I don't really know why. She's 11-2 versus an 18-6. Obviously, you can't just go off of that, but I looked at Carol Rosa's record. She lost to Irene Aldana. I've told myself I'm never betting on Aldana again. I bet on her against Nunes. That's when I really didn't know like shit about that, but from her highlights, I was like, oh, there's a chance. And I just liked the payout, and then fucking lost that money. She got fucked up. And then she got fucked up in her last one super badly. A nasty, gross cut. Throw that on the screen if you want to see it. It's right here. You're welcome. Eileen Perez, she's good. She beat like Jocelyn Edwards, subbed that Russian chick in her last one in the first round. Whatever. So I think she's a very good underdog play, and I'm gonna take her. She's also just like a strong chick for 135. Yeah, so I'm gonna take Eileen Perez. Here's my toss-up. Grant Dawson is a huge favorite. He's 22-2, I think, or 22-1. 22-2. He's good, but I think he's a little overhyped. Diego Ferreira is 19-5. Big underdog. I'm taking Diego Ferreira on this one, plus 275. His last 2 absolutely slept Michael Johnson. Slept him. Out cold, was like, it's crazy. Then he fought Mateusz Rebecki. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know how to say it. But that guy defeated Oralby, the mammoth slayer that we all thought was undefeated, or unbeatable, not undefeated. So he beat Rebecki, got the late TKO, and he was like a plus 500-600 underdog, and him by like knockout was like plus 1100 or more, and I put like $5 on it. I'm taking Diego Ferreira, but also based on their resumes, like Grant Dawson has a very good, obviously like record, but I don't think his resume says anything crazy because he hasn't fought a ton of crazy guys. Watch this. Okay, whatever. Juliana Rosa, I don't know who Michael Trezano is. Derek Minner, Nad Namirani, Leonardo Santos. Sub Jared Gordon. That's impressive. Jared Gordon's very good. Mark Madsen, pretty sure he's pretty good, and he got subbed. Then he lost to Bobby Green, got knocked out in the first round. Beat Joe Selecki, who I think is alright. And Rafa Garcia, who he didn't look that good, to be honest. So that's his record. We go to Diego Ferreira. Colton Smith, don't know who that is. Ramzi Nijiam. This is 2014. Fights Beneil Dariush, loses a decision. fights Dustin Poirier, knocked out, decision over somebody else, then knocks out Jared Gordon in the first round. Ground and pound's Kyle Nelson, who was on a tear until Steve Garcia recently, so he's good. Rustam Kabalov, I don't know who that is. Mirbaik Tasimov. This motherfucker subbed Anthony Pettis in 2020. Split decision against Beneil Dariush for a second fight. I don't know who this dude is. Gamrot slept Michael Johnson and beat Mateusz Rebecki. Rebecki is this dude, if you don't know. This guy's a fucking monster. Sub, loses TKO, sub, decision, sub, TKO, 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 decision, sub, decision, TKO, subs Roosevelt Roberts with the armbar, then loses to Diego Ferreira. Then beat Mick Tebek Oralby. But it was just the fact that Diego knew how to outlast him and didn't like fall under the pressure of like, because that motherfucker starts quick and strong and all that. That's what fucked Oralby, I think, is he got clocked in the eye and his eye swelled up so fast, so quick. And Diego Ferreira got through it. So that's my pick. I could be totally wrong, but I think he's got it. I think he's fought way better people. Beneil Dariush twice, Dustin Poirier, Rebecki. I would take Rebecki over Grant Dawson. Anyways, that's my pick there. I think he's got it, and I think the odds are pretty crazy. I feel like this should be like a minus, like a pick 'em almost. Anyways, next up, Zachary Reese versus Cedric Dumas. I'm going Zachary Reese. He only lost, I don't want to say like a fumble loss. I mean, definitely a fumble. He got slammed TKO'd. It was super rare. And it was against Cody Brundage. I don't even know what the odds are. I'm pretty sure Zachary Reese is like minus 250. I don't think Cedric Dumas is very good. Zachary Reese, I think, will probably TKO him or sub him. But this one I'm really excited for because honestly, like, people hate on Jailton Almeida. I fucking love Jailton Almeida. I think he's sick. His physique's crazy. He got no abs in this photo, but typically he's got crazy abs. Spivak's, I like Spivak too. When he fought Tsaryukan, bro, I was pissed though because he did not show up and I like had money on Spivak. Anyways, Jailton, I think is like gotta be one of the best grapplers in the heavyweight division. Yes, he got caught against Curtis Blades, but if you saw that fight, he won every minute. It was like a 10-8 or 10-7 round in round one for Jailton against Curtis Blades. And then he shot his shot and didn't react quick enough, hammer fists on the head, and then just rolled over and was knocked out. So that sucked, but I think he's learned from it, and I don't see a way Spivak really wins, to be honest. So I got Jailton for that one. I feel like we don't need to overthink this one. Peyton Talbot, I do think he's something special. He's just, the confidence he radiates is nuts. 9-0. I think they're just feeding him Raoni Barcelos, but maybe, I don't even really know Barcelos. I know he fought Umar Nurmagomedov and got KO'd, but I don't know much else about him. But I think Peyton Talbot will probably just be better everywhere, is my expectation. I like Johnny Walker, but I don't think he's winning this. I think he's gonna get knocked out again. Last time against, what's his face? Volkan Ozdemir, I was like, I'm gonna take Johnny Walker. Knocked out, bad. Bogdan Guskov, I think he's coming off 2 knockout wins, like in the first round or something. Unless Johnny Walker can like flash knock him out, I think he's just losing. And he's got no chin anymore, like at all. There was a clip going around where he just got clipped by like a 19-year-old kid in sparring, and he was like almost out. Like he fully fell on his back and was like, so I'm taking Bogdan Guskov. Now this one I'm interested in. I think Kevin Holland is gonna win easily. That's my prediction, but maybe not. I am taking Kevin Holland to win, but the reason I say that is because I bet against Reiner de Ritter. I bet for Gerald Meerschaert. Meerschaert's older and slower. He's got really good grappling, but he gassed out so bad, and this guy gassed out so bad too, and he did not look very good. And after seeing that, because this guy was supposed to be like a super like hyped up fighter, and he did end up subbing Gerald Meerschaert, but it was just because Meerschaert was so tired, and this guy was tired as fuck too. Kevin Holland's like, I think he's younger. I just think the way he fights probably won't really get out grappled or anything. Could be wrong, but I don't think so, and I think his striking is probably a lot better because Reiner de Ritter's striking is trash. And yeah, I just think Kevin Holland got this one in the bag. I just think Reiner de Ritter's not fought, like, he has fought good people, but not UFC caliber is the thing, so I think that'll be like a rude awakening for him. Yuri Prohaska versus Jamal Hill. Basically, I think Yuri Prohaska is gonna knock this motherfucker out or sub him. Jamal been talking hella shit, and I've lost respect for Jamal because you don't gotta do all that. just, you know, be chill. And, you know, I know Jamal schooled Glover Teixeira, and Yuri had a very close fight with Glover Teixeira that he was about to lose until he got the sub in the 5th round. Jamal Hill's hands could be underrated. Obviously, both these guys got whipped by Alex, but Yuri did a little better. I'm going to take Yuri, but it could go either way, to be honest. Renato Moicano versus Beneil Dariush. Card is stacked, boys, I've been telling you. I don't like counting fighters out just because they lose like 1 or 2 fights in a row, like Beneil has, Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsaryukan, because those 2 guys are elite. But Renato Moicano has been messing people up recently. So I'm going to take him because I think their grappling's both so good. It'll probably be like Gilbert Burns versus Sean Brady, where like they're both so good on the ground, the jiu-jitsu just cancels each other out. And then I think Moicano probably got better hands and probably a better chin because Beneil just literally got 1 punch KO'd like in both of his last ones pretty much. So I'm going to take Manny Moicano on this. This one I'm really excited for. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm not choosing Merab, I'm choosing Umar in this one, and I think maybe I'll regret underestimating Merab again. Like, he's plus 220 after pretty much just 50-45ing O'Malley. The thing is, no one can stop Merab's wrestling, but now we're getting a Dagestani as elite as Umar Nurmagomedov. He outstruck Corey Sandhagen convincingly, and like 50-45 Corey Sandhagen. The wrestling is just there, the grappling, the elite jiu-jitsu, but I think like he's gonna be able to stop Merab's game plan, and then it's just whoever's better on the feet, and it's Umar. He's whipping kicks like they're jabs. Also, he could cop a sub if he wanted to, I think, because Merab got no finishing upside, so this is a 5-round fight, and that means he would have to be better than Umar for 25 minutes, or like 15 at least, and not get finished. And Umar does have finishing upside, so we'll see, but it'll be competitive and it'll be sick. And I'm very excited for it. Now the main event. I'm very excited for this one. Islam is my favorite fighter, has been my favorite fighter. Ilia Topuria is creeping up there for sure. I love Islam and I love Arman Tsaryukan too. I think they're both sick and they're both really fucking good. And if you haven't seen their first fight, you should go watch it. It's pretty sick. I think it was 29-28 Islam. Wrestling back and forth, grappling, crazy trips, and submission threats and whatever. And it was a cool fight to watch. I don't know, it might be closer than expected. I'm picking Islam to win. You know, Arman did almost get subbed by Charles Oliveira like 3 times or 4 times or something, where Islam just like ran through Charles Oliveira. I'm picking Islam, but you know, because the thing is, the only way I can see Arman winning is probably taking Islam down and like being on top and throwing elbows and shit like he does to everyone, but I just don't think he is going to be able to take Islam down that easy. And Islam is way nicer on the feet, I think, because he did outbox Dustin Poirier, whether you want to admit that or not. And then watching Arman strike with Charles Oliveira, there were some moments where he was just running forward, just throwing his hands around, and I was like, damn, like that does not look clean. Like he could get clipped so easy by an elite striker. So I think Islam is just too good, but you know, Arman's really good in some areas, so that could pose a threat, but overall I think Islam's got it in the bag. Literally my parlay, the one that I've just thought is just picking like money lines for like almost every fight, where I'd throw Islam, Umar, Moicano, Yuri, Kevin Holland, Guskov, Talbot, Almeida, Reese, Diego Fajeda, Eileen Perez. I don't know if I'm going to throw this one in. It's not even on my betting app yet, but if I do, I'm picking Rinya Nakamura, Bernardo Sopai, and Tagir Ulanbekov. I think Moicano by TKO is valid as well. And I don't know, maybe Islam inside the distance, but I could see this one going to a decision. But, you know, it could be KO or sub. Maybe a sub, I don't know. I think he wouldn't be able to get the TKO on the ground with Arman, but I think TKO, like a knockout on the feet, is possible. He's also a lot shorter. Like, I think Arman's like 5'7", so I think, you know, maybe he throws that same head kick he hit Volk with, just warm it up to the body and then throw it to the head and see what happens. So I don't know, but it's going to be a very good scrap. Super high level. We'll see what happens, and hopefully we all make money. Throw your picks down below, and we can try to cash something. I think this might be a good card for like over 1.5 picks too. Like probably over 1.5 for main event. The thing is with this one, literally anything can happen. Either guy could win. Either guy could win or lose early or late or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. You could see probably over 1.5, probably over like 2 or 3.5 to be honest. I don't know about this one. Don't know about this one. Don't know about this one. Probably pretty quick. Under 1.5 or under 2.5. Don't know. Could be quick, could be longer. I don't know. There's a lot of things. This one I think is going to actually be really crazy, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't know. Do some research. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.